Welcome to this deep dive. Most people think a stroke happens suddenly, just boom, out of nowhere. But what if the damage actually began years, even decades, before the first symptom appeared?
Yeah, it's a terrifying but honestly an empowering reality. Today we're diving into the textbook Robbins and Cotran Pathologic Basis of Disease, 10th edition by Vinay Kumar, Abul K, Abbas, and Jon C. Aster.
Right, which is pretty much the absolute gold standard of pathology.
Yeah.
And understanding this is crucial for you listening, especially after the age of 40. Today we'll explore the 5 hidden processes that quietly increase your risk of stroke and the 3 practical actions you can start today to better protect your brain and blood vessels.
Exactly. So let's just jump into it. The first hidden process is endothelial dysfunction.
Which, I always pictured blood vessels like smooth pipes, or maybe a perfect nonstick pan. But things like high blood pressure act like metal forks just scratching up that coating.
That is a brilliant way to picture it, yeah. The endothelium is that delicate inner lining. And chronic physical stress from high blood pressure or chemical stress from toxins actually injures these cells. They stop acting like a Teflon shield and become really sticky.
That's only part of the story, right? Because the body tries to fix that scratch.
Yes, and that leads us to the second hidden process, intimal thickening. Smooth muscle cells literally migrate to the site of the injury to synthesize what's called extracellular matrix.
Which is kind of like applying way too much spackle to a cracked wall.
Exactly like that. It heals the wound, sure, but that spackle makes the vessel wall permanently thicker. It physically narrows the space for blood to flow.
Okay, so the pipe is now narrower and stickier? It seems like a perfect trap.
It really is. And that brings us to the third hidden process, the rise of foam cells. Low-density lipoprotein, or LDL cholesterol, slips right into that damaged wall. Your immune system notices this and sends in cleanup crews called macrophages.
Like microscopic vacuum cleaners just rushing to the scene.
Yeah, but they vacuum up so much of that LDL cholesterol that they essentially gorge themselves to death. They turn into sluggish entities we call foam cells, and because they're so weighed down, they just get stuck.
Oh, wow. So dead, fat-filled immune cells are literally trapped in the wall.
Right. It's a ticking time bomb.
Here's where things become really interesting, though. What happens to all that waste?
Well, that triggers the fourth hidden process, plaque formation. Over time, those dead foam cells and fats rot and form a necrotic core. Your body panics and builds a tough fibrous cap over it. That whole structure is an atheromatous plaque.
So it's basically a hidden volcano bulging under the surface.
Yes, but the next process is even more surprising.
Wait, really? Because if the body successfully built a tough cap over it, why doesn't it just stay safely sealed away?
You'd think it would, right? But the fifth hidden process is plaque rupture. The problem is chronic inflammation. Swarming inflammatory cells release enzymes that actively digest and chew away at that fibrous cap.
So it gets thinner and thinner until it just tears. The volcano erupts.
Precisely. And when flowing blood suddenly hits that toxic inner core, it instantly triggers a massive blood clot. If that clot blocks oxygen to the brain, that is a stroke.
Okay, so it's a clear chain reaction. Scratches, spackle, trapped cholesterol, a hidden volcano, and an eruption. What can you do starting today to stop this?
The first step is to control your blood pressure. Lowering it directly reduces the mechanical pounding on the vessel walls, preventing that initial scratching.
Stop the initial damage, got it. And the second step?
The second step is to lower your LDL cholesterol. You remove the primary fuel, meaning those vacuum cleaners never gorge themselves and become trapped foam cells.
Right. And the third step?
The third step is quit smoking. That stops the chemical toxins causing endothelial injury and reduces the inflammation that weakens the plaque's cap.
So today we learned 5 important things. The processes of endothelial dysfunction, intimal thickening, foam cell formation, plaque buildup, and plaque rupture.
Right, and 3 practical actions. Control blood pressure, lower LDL, and quit smoking.
Giving your body the right tools to heal. If these plaques take decades to build up, the microscopic choices we made in our 20s and 30s are sitting in our vessels right now. It makes you wonder, could future medicine find a way to safely drain that necrotic core without breaking the cap? Or reverse the vacuum cleaners, something for you to chew on next time you get your blood work done.
That is a really fascinating thought to leave on.
Which of these 5 hidden processes surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoy learning from the world's best health books, subscribe to Mosaic Health 40+ Running.
And please remember, this video is for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult your physician or qualified healthcare professional regarding your personal health.
This episode was inspired by the primary book featured in this episode and enriched with insights from the author's interviews, podcasts, lectures, and public discussions included in our research sources. Because better health starts with better knowledge. Books, science, better health. See you in the next Mosaic Health 40+ episode.